Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is JoJo if you are new here. This channel shares with you all our family's journey through budgeting with the goal of attaining financial freedom. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys our Paycheck 2 budget forecast for the month of February. I had actually forecasted this paycheck last week, but I did not upload any videos last week. We were dealing with the loss of our pet, and I was just not in a mental state at that time to be uploading videos, but I did still march on with my budget. But just for the sake of sharing with you guys where the money has been allocated, I'm gonna show you what it's looking like. So this is, let's see, we're gonna go to, it's for February. Yeah, so we'll turn here to the February calendar view, and paycheck 2 is deposited on, is going to be covering expenses from February 26th until it goes into March, and that's going to be over here until March 11th when paycheck 1 gets deposited for March on the 12th. And the color, I only enter my bills on here, and then I've also been using, I love this little note section over here. I noted how much we spent on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is huge for us. We like to, I have 2 kids that are in primary school. Well, one that's actually in daycare and another one that's in elementary school. And then I have a teenager who has a girlfriend. And then my husband and I like to exchange gifts, and we like to put together little baskets for our kids. So Valentine's Day can be very expensive for us. And there are 2 birthdays in February. I note that here. And then this was just noting that sinking funds was going to cover our Valentine's expenses. And we paid off our 2 cell phones on the 12th. Woohoo! So excited about that. But the color that's designated for bills is blue. And now what I'll do is change you guys over to my paycheck budget sheet to see what the costs are, how the money is going to be dispersed. So we'll move that to the side, and then as you can see, just let me get you guys zoomed in. All right, that's better. But I coordinate the color of my pen on my paycheck budget sheet to the highlighter color on my budget. It helps me when I'm looking through these sheets to not get lost. But this is really the workhorse of my budget. This is where all of the financial information is housed in one central location. This is a sheet that is available on my Etsy shop. My husband and I get paid bi-weekly. We are paycheck by paycheck zero-based budgeters. So it notes what paycheck, the dates of the expenses it's covering. We have income table, bills, variable expenses, what is left over after this paycheck has covered expenses. So for paycheck 2, what we do to zero out our paychecks at the end of the month is whatever money's left over after all expenses are paid. At the end of paycheck 2, all of that money, or our cash flow, gets thrown at debt currently. And then I keep track of my sinking funds. I just uploaded that video yesterday to show you how I use these this table to note any contributions throughout the week or any transactions from different sinking fund categories that I have. And then down here is our debt table, which I actually, because I did close out, let me see, where's my blue pen? I did close out paycheck number 1 on Friday. I uploaded that video, and I did have some extra money. So whenever I have extra income right here, not rollover, not our usual incomes, but extra, which came from Ibotta, Etsy, and then a little bit of interest from my checking account, that gets thrown towards debt. I want it immediately assigned a job so that I don't do anything irresponsible with it. But I can update that. I'll do that towards the end. But as far as our incomes, I always underestimate these, and actually this one, the 2870, it's been fluctuating now with the new year and our new contributions to different things like spending accounts. There's dependent care, health care, and our medical expenses, and then we also have 401ks that come out of here, and insurance. But honestly, any of that reduces our taxable income, so I'm okay that this is actually a little bit less because it might drop us into a lower tax bracket. But it's been 2860 to 2870. Next income 2, I underestimate at 1,000, and then our rollover that came from me closing out paycheck 1. Show you guys where that info came from. And actually next week when I do my week 3 check-in, but you can see this is paycheck 1 for February, and this gets rolled over. Our money after bills are paid gets rolled over into paycheck 2. It just makes me feel a little more comfortable if some sort of disaster were to happen, that we have a nice cushion before that money is gone to debt. But this 2614.45 goes right here. And then next week when I come to do my week 3 check-in for paycheck 2, I have this actual amount that we figured out on Friday, and I'll put that over here, the 2646.78. Okay, so what we are looking at for income for paycheck 2 is $6,484.45. Over here with our fixed expenses, those are all of the bills that we highlighted on the calendar view that I started with at the beginning of this video. And all of these together totals $3,950.18. Next, we move into our variable expenses. We are a family of 5. We have 3 kids. We have pets. My husband and I both work, and we commute with our vehicles to work, and we do own a home. So that's kind of all of the things in our life that make up our variable expenses that are important to us. All of these together totals $995. Next is this sinking funds table, and this is just where I, again, keep track of money flowing in and flowing out of those categories during my weekly check-ins. Next is the debt table. I've gone ahead and updated the new balance on the home equity line of credit after extra money was applied. Again, let me pull in. So last week I was able to throw $35.05 just of extra money from Ibotta and Etsy towards the HELOC. And then the new minimum payment on our HELOC. The HELOC is actually a reflection of what I have left on my student loan. I had graduated college in 2010 with about $75,000 of student loan debt. I started this journey in February of last year with about $78,000, maybe almost $80,000 of student loan debt. So it actually grew over the last 10, 11 years. And that was just me being an ostrich and making my minimum payments and thinking everything was fine because I had interest rates on some of them of 3.8%. But 3.8% in how they calculate that, it adds up. But I had refinanced my student loans that had 6.4% interest rates to a loan that had a 4.75% interest rate. But that made it to where I was not qualified for the CARES Act that's been happening with the federal loans. I've still been accumulating interest on my loans and required to make the minimum monthly payment. So what I had done was use our HELOC to pay off that student loan, and all of our extra money, savings, sinking funds, all of that is housed within the HELOC, and we keep our standard checking account as bare bones as possible, so that our money is doing double duty for us and holding down the interest that the bank is applying to this remaining amount that I owe. So this is all I have left of that $78,000 is a little less than $42,000 since February of this year. This is the first time in 11 years that I have made any headway on my student loans, you guys. It's so exciting. So that is this strategy. I have lots of videos discussing that. It's kind of a lot to introduce just in one video, but what I ended up starting paycheck 2 with is $42,252.41. As we do our weekly check-ins, when we close out this budget with our week 4 check-in, we'll figure out our actual cash flow. That'll come over here and continue knocking down this HELOC amount. But that is currently what we're expecting our cash flow to be is $1,539.27. And all of that, anything in this box at the end of paycheck 2 goes towards debt. Okay, you guys, that is where the money for paycheck 2 is expected to go, what our plan is moving into week 3 and week 4 for our paychecks for the month of February. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're enjoying the contents of the channel. I'll see you guys next Friday for my week 3 check-in for this paycheck here.